Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again to Queen Ahmadiyyah TV Presents True Crimes. So as you're coming in, please feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time I go live on this channel. Also, just to let you know, for those of you who missed it, last night I uploaded a live replay of the true crime story, Satanic Ritual Abuse on Children by Freemasons and Priests. So if you did not catch that, you may want to go back and watch that. That's a good episode. Satanic Ritual Abuse on Children by Freemasons and Priests. And I also uploaded the live replay of the Wonderland murders. Okay, just to let you know. Okay, so let's get into it, people. Thank you all for returning to the chat. Listen to this. High schooler broke into a random home and stabbed a man to death between classes, according to police. Now, a Nevada high school student allegedly broke into a random home and stabbed a man last week before returning to class just hours after the murder. Now, police said Ethan Goen, age 16, they start young, pay attention. Ethan Goen, age 16, randomly stabbed 48-year-old Virgil Guillentu in the neck at his home last Friday after the man went to check on a noise that he heard in the house. Now, Guillentu's wife and mother-in-law recounted the grisly scene to Las Vegas Metropolitan Police, according to local outlets, telling law enforcement that Guillentu went to investigate the sound and was later found at their home in a pool of blood. He had just returned home from dropping the couple's son at school. How sad is that? Now, the Clark County Coroner's Office confirmed to the Daily Mail that Guillentu had suffered stab wounds to the neck. Additional details about the murder were conveyed through court documents and police records that were obtained by several local outlets. Guillentu's mother-in-law told officers that after Virgil Guillentu went to inspect the first sound, she heard a second noise, and moments later, an alleged intruder clad in black with a mask and a hood passed before her. This is according to KVVU. Now, she then saw Guillentu drenched in blood, and his wife, who had been upstairs, immediately called 911. Police said that emergency personnel who arrived at the scene pronounced him dead on arrival, or at the scene. According to the declaration of arrest obtained by the Clark County Family and Youth Services forensic technicians, the forensic technicians discovered a light-colored hair on Guillentu's wrist during an autopsy. KVVU said this information, and it was among the clues that led the detectives to Goen. While canvassing the next day, a neighbor reportedly told the police about a suspicious person with blonde hair who was dressed in black clothes who was seen in the neighborhood roughly around the time of Guillentu's murder. Now, officers then tracked down a suspect, later identified as Goen. When they caught up to him, he was dressed in black, all in black clothing, with what appeared to be blood stains on his boots as he descended into a car toting a black backpack. He later admitted to cops that he had planned to dispose of the bloody knife that he still had on him. Now, according to the outlet, Goen allegedly told detectives that he felt he had been bullied at school, and so he left class not for long after the school day had begun on the day of Guillentu's murder. Goen recalled jumping a wall into the backyard of a house near his neighborhood and stayed. He stayed in the backyard of the house for some time, but he said much of what happened after he climbed through a window in the house was a blur, according to police. Goen also told detectives he had a knife and noticed blood on it when he got home. Not long after returning home, he headed back to class and even saw police moving about the crime scene on his way there, according to KVVW. Now, the teen allegedly told detectives he realized that he had stabbed someone when he saw news reports about the brutal incident that happened not far from his home. Goen has been booked into Clark County Juvenile Detention Center and was reportedly denied bail in a Thursday hearing. So he says that he just looked up and saw blood was on him. And then he only realized that he stabbed someone, acting as though he didn't know what he was doing. Pay attention. They love to try to play crazy. Yes, he planned it, Otis. Absolutely. He absolutely planned it. And here's another thing. As far as the other case is concerned with Brooke Schuyler Richardson, they said that she was talking about getting counseling, acting as though, she has mental health issues. Clearly, the only issue that she has is being a psychopath. And that's just facts. So anyway, this devil broke in this man's house, left the school, only to go and kill somebody. Wonder how long he'd been planning all of this. They want to act like it was just random. How did they know it was random? How did they know he didn't stake out this house? I'm just saying, they can't make this make sense. That's what they can't do. Hold on, everyone, please get the likes up. Please like and share, subscribe to the channel. If you have not done so already, be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all. So anyway, I was trying to see if there was a video for the story. Yeah, I don't see a video for this. But nevertheless, you have to be a very depraved individual to just leave school, go and break into some random home and slaughter the person there by murdering them with a knife to the neck. And then go back to school as if nothing happened. Who does that? Do you all see how all these psychopaths and sociopaths are just seeming to run rampant? And no one's really calling them out? They always want to deflect and gaslight and act as though something else more nefarious was the issue. Just all so ridiculous. All so ridiculous. Anyway, listen to this. Texas man charged with murdering pregnant mother. Child in gestation in front of mother's other children. Now, Dylan Lee Meckel appears in Bexar County Sheriff's Office mugshot. A Texas man who was indicted this week and formally charged with a murder after prosecutors said he shot and killed a pregnant woman in San Antonio in a hotel room while both of her young children watched in horror. The Bexar County Prosecutor's Office confirmed in a news release that a grand jury on Thursday indicted Dylan Lee Meckel, age 55, on capital murder charges for having intentionally and knowingly caused the death of 37-year-old Laura Alicia Parker by shooting her with a deadly weapon because Placker was pregnant. Meckel, who also was indicted on a second capital murder charge for having caused the death of another individual, and that was the unborn child, no less. Well, they say Placker, the unborn child of Placker, was unborn. Or hold on, they say an unborn child of Placker was said to have been unborn. It was in gestation of Placker. Now, according to the indictment, a copy of what was obtained by the San Antonio Express News, they say the horrific murders took place at a Motel 6 located in the 7500 block of Lewis Pasteur Drive on the morning of June 19th. Local 911 dispatchers alerted police to the incident at the motel after several people called to alert them and to report that they had heard multiple gunshots fired from one of the rooms at approximately 9:45 a.m. First responders arrived on the scene shortly thereafter and attempted to perform life-saving emergency treatment, but police said Placker was pronounced dead at the scene at approximately 10:40 a.m. The apparent cause of death was listed as a gunshot wound to the head. Now, the officers who responded to the Motel 6 also said that Placker's two children, ages 4 and 6, were in the room when they found Placker and they found him and witnessed their mother's death. The kids were placed in the care of Child Protective Services. Now, the Express News said after the shooting, investigators found Meckel staying in a room of the same motel. According to the indictment, officers questioned him in his room, and he readily admitted to shooting Plaker. The indictment and accompanying police report did not speculate as to Meckel's motive for killing Plaker, other than to say that the relationship between them was unclear. This is all so crazy. And they say neither the Bexar County District Attorney's Office nor the County Sheriff's Office responded to emails from Law and Crime seeking individual details about the case, including whether District Attorney Joe D. Gonzalez will be pursuing the death penalty against Michael. They're likely not going to try to go for a death penalty in this case. They're already seeing what they're trying to cover it up, if you ask me. Now, they say if prosecutors do not pursue the death penalty, Meckel faces a maximum sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole. The case is being prosecuted by Bexar County's Family Violence Division in the 290th District Court. Local ABC affiliate KSAT-TV reported that Meckel had previously been convicted on the charges of aggravated sexual assault of a child and felony violence. A magistrate judge set his bond at $750,000. And let me show you a picture of this devil. It never seems to end, people. Never seems to end. JP says demons are showing up tick end days, family. I mean, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. And as you can see, this is the devil right here. Oh, so truly haunting the baby murderer in this. Yes, absolutely. Melanated Brown says, got no regard for human life. No, they absolutely don't. They absolutely do not. The only thing that these type of psychopaths care about are themselves. They don't have empathy and sympathy for their victims, for the other people they hurt that know them and care about them. They have no empathy or sympathy. They don't shed tears. They don't get all choked up when discussing it. They talk about it as if they're explaining to you what they had for dinner on yesterday. This is how easy it is for them. So anyway, with that all being said, Oda says, acting like born supremacy. I don't remember killing him. Right. Clearly. So it is what it is. Dark Skin Brother says, didn't Biden once say that we are super predators? Well, looks like they are the real super predators. Yes, Biden said it, and so did Hillary Clinton. And yes, I said Hillary. Absolutely, that's what they said. But we are not violent by nature, right? Some people are literally violent by nature. Some people are just so nefarious. They get a kick out of killing people, you know. And at the end of the day, this sounds to me like a thrill killing. He skips school, goes and breaks in this man's home and kills him, stabs him in the neck. Just sounds like he did it for fun, if you ask me, because he went right back to school after the fact. So anyway, with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. I want to thank you all for tuning back in once again to Queen Ahmadiyyah TV Presents True Crimes. Okay? Saladin says, man, like who spawned these kids? So-called kids. Exactly. The devil. That's the answer. The devil. So everyone, please make sure you like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Be sure you also subscribe to my other channels. And I hope to see you all in the chats when I return with your next live, which will be your spiritual vitamins later on today. So until then, enjoy the rest of this lovely day, and I hope to talk to you all again soon. Peace.